mix perfectly.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I see you didn't actually light it on fire.
No, I didn't want to because I wanted to floss with it. All right, ready? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Rise Magic podcast that has yet to be named. So if you have any suggestions for the name of this podcast, leave them down below. But I am Chandler Henry, joined by my cousin, Big T, and the other half of Rise Magic, Grant Henry.
Right over here.
Really dropped right on my intro vibe there,
I
but
thought you were passing it off to me.
throwing you the lob.
Yeah.
Everyone's turning it off by now. But
Because of course you can introduce Tyler. He's like kind of like
irrelevant.
third wheel, no
Yeah,
one really cares.
I'm
but,
not
like,
actually-
I figured you'd want me to introduce myself because.
no, that probably would have worked in hindsight. Probably
Yeah.
been better.
That's what I was assuming because I assumed that you make the best decision possible, but there you go. Can't win them all.
All right. So, now that you guys have experienced the first week of Rise Magic's complete relaunch, we've hopefully hit you with an awesome tutorial.
Yep.
An awesome episode of Rise Again. Or
I think that was
actually
a good
a
one.
preview for Rise Again, too. And our first podcast. So, you want to talk a little bit about why we decided to do that?
Yeah. I mean, filming them and making them, I think, were a lot of fun. It was cool to like branch out and do separate things.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like going around and filming things that aren't magic and filming stuff that more our daily life was very interesting. Kind of like actually getting used to holding that camera out there and actually talking to it.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
not
odd.
caring.
I think the thing that I would want to point out the most, though, is that like people are probably saying, like, you know, we don't want you to stop doing magic, we don't want you to stop doing tutorials. Making the tutorials are the easiest thing we do.
Oh yeah.
I could make a tutorial every day for the whole year. I really think I could.
It's just getting
And that's
what
it.
to do the tutorial on.
That's exactly why the tutorials aren't stopping. The tutorials are still happening every single Monday. So if you want to stay subscribed to our channel, Learn Magic and Cardistry, it's still going to be the number one source for high quality videos that are really DVD quality. Your thoughts, Tyler? Your thoughts on us branching out?
I like it.
Instead of staying in our lane, you know what we're doing? We're swerving right out of it.
Are you? In the shoulder? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So,
Well, actually, staying in the lane, and we're carpooling. No.
no, that's...
There's
no.
No, we're just caution
There's
wide
two
load.
cars.
Caution wide load.
We are an oversized load taking up multiple lanes of content.
We are one of those houses that you see like on like a small bus. That's just like taking up three
exactly
lanes, and all
it.
of a sudden a police car pulls. You're like, yo, you're taking up too many lanes, and we're just like, yo, we have every right to be more.
Yo, hold up. Can we tell the police car story? I
Yes.
haven't told Tyler this yet. Okay.
Oh, do you have a police
So,
car story?
if you guys saw in the first episode of Rise Again, when I arrived at New York to meet Grant, we wanted to do this cool little segment of me trying to drift the Mercedes.
Yeah.
And it's a 1999 Mercedes E350. So there's this big empty
If you
parking
haven't watched
lot.
it yet, please, it's a good one.
Yeah, please go watch that.
We'd appreciate
Plus,
it.
we play some basketball. But,
Is that one?
Mhm.
Okay.
so, Speculator, New York. I hope we're allowed
yes.
to say that.
Oh yeah, we're allowed to say that.
Speculator, New York, where Grant lives. Population about 52 people. The exact amount of a deck of cards, actually.
Oh,
So
that's
there's
cool.
There's an empty
Coincidence.
parking lot. There's an empty parking lot that's perfect to drift a car in. It's filled with snow. It's about to be awesome. So we're driving by, and there's a cop car, a state police trooper, just sitting in the parking lot. And I'm like, that's an L. We can't drift there. So we actually went to the grocery store, and we came back to see if he was still there. He was still there. So we pulled into the parking lot, went on a little hike, filmed a little bit of the episode of Rise Again. Then when we came back, after probably about a 45-minute
It was like
hiatus,
It was like 25 minutes, half an hour.
the homie's still there.
Oh yeah, he's still there.
Was
He's
So
just
me and
chilling.
Grant have the camera equipment, and we're walking. We walk back to the car, and we hop in, and I'm like, you know, I respect our boys in blue. This is getting annoying because I can't. First off, there's nothing like legally wrong about drifting a car in an empty parking lot. Like,
Yeah.
but if we were to do that,
But you
there's
know
a
he
cop
would have
car,
come over.
the lights would have turned on right away. And be like, what are you guys doing? Even though we're not damaging anything or putting anyone in danger.
Yeah.
So, I get into the car and start driving, and Grant's in the passenger seat. We're joking about how the cop's still there. We're like, I guess we'll come back later. And in order to pull out of the parking lot, and all we do is park our car there and go on a nature walk, basically, like a nice little romantic date. So I stop at the street. The cop car's like 10 feet away from me, because it has to be while I'm pulling out. You know where the ambulance corp is?
Mm-hmm.
We're pulling out of there, and the cop's sitting right there. And we pull out right, and I'm driving, and we're joking about how he's still there, and Grant goes, and
So
he's
they
following us. You want to take our...
And so Chandler's just pulling out. He can't see it. And he's just like, I wonder how long that guy's gonna sit there. Like, he's just been there for like this past like hour and a half or so. And I just turn around like, just right, like probably like 2 feet behind us, and it's like, and he's following us. And Chandler just doesn't. He's like, ah, good one. I'm like, no, he's right there.
And I look in the rearview mirror. I'm like, what? What could I possibly have done that would spike you to say, let me follow the 2 boys in the Mercedes?
And the one thing that I thought, like, I was in the process of putting on my seatbelt.
Oh, when I started yelling at you,
I was in the process of putting on my seatbelt, like as you started like driving out of the parking lot. Like we hadn't even gotten on anywhere near public road, not even out of the parking lot. I was just putting on as we were going, and so I'm like, is this guy really gonna like try to give me crap about that?
My logic is, we're parked in a parking lot with a cop who's been sitting there for 3 hours with nothing to do, and you're like, you know what? Let me buckle up my seatbelt as we pass him.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong.
So I'm in full panic mode because I have at least 3 felonies on my record, and I know if this guy pulls me over, I'm getting 20 to life, right? So I'm panicking, and I'm like, Grant, why is he following us? Grant, why is he following us? Grant's like, you're not even going the speed limit. I was going 20 and a 30 on that road.
You were going 25.
About. And I'm like, why is he going to pull us over? Like, this is such an inconvenience. I was like, make sure you have the camera on. We don't vlog this. And then he just kept following us, and I turned into Charlie John's, the grocery store, and he just kind of like slowed down and just kept going. And I was like, ha! But he was following us like 5 feet behind.
Yeah, he was straight tailing us.
Nice.
Which like ticks me off, and I'm like,
you got to follow the rules of the road too, bud.
Yeah. Who's going to police the policeman?
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
I am. Pull over, young buck. Just.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm making a citizen's arrest on you.
And he just pulls out his gun. I'm like, never mind.
And I pull out these guns, and it's a wrap. I got 2, he only has 1.
You're right.
Because of those donuts he eats, that doesn't count. Anyway.
That's stereotypical.
Now that we have really told an anticlimactic story, when the cop followed us and we didn't get pulled over.
Yeah, I got pulled over in a speculator once.
But I've had fantastic...
That's a story for another time. That's a funny story.
That's a good one. We'll tell that
but
later.
First, let's hop into the first question submitted.
First question for the podcast.
By our wonderful followers on Instagram.
Yes.
Follow us. At
you guys
Rise
remember,
Magic.
We put on a story, just said, hey, we need you guys to throw out some questions our way. We need more. Sharon posted a great picture of Kevin Durant being dunked on. Money. And you guys came through. At least that's what I've heard. I haven't seen any questions yet.
Yeah, there are some good questions here.
There are some great questions.
All right, so let's start it.
All right. We kind of had Tyler as like the third person so that he can usually go through the questions so that we won't get spoiled. And you guys can have our genuine reactions to most of them.
Exactly. So all of these questions are not planned out. We don't really know what we're going to say.
And to any of you really just listening rather than kind of watching, just so you know, you don't need to check your phone. That was just Chandler not turning his phone on silent for this. So we apologize. If you're waiting for a text from a crush or anything like that, it's not coming.
I'm sorry. It's not coming.
I'm kidding.
But this is, I think we're going to officially name the questions and answers segment.
Burning questions.
Burning questions. Play the intro. Okay, hey, there we go.
All right.
Ooh, okay, here we go. All right, first question. This comes from Philippe_Milos. And he says, how did you get popular in the Magic community? How did it all start? When did you start getting good results on YouTube? And can you teach a riffle fan on your channel?
All right, I'm going to hit the riffle fan one first.
Okay, go for it.
So, believe it or not, the guy who created riffle fan, Dimitri, he has an amazing tutorial on YouTube. So, I don't really need to make one. His is very in-depth, very well done. But the story behind that is, as you guys know, we got the Karashi Touch deck, the deck he made about 4 months before it was released, because I learned the riffle fan just by looking at it, right? And I was like, it's another topic for another day whether or not you can teach a move someone else has created. But with something like the riffle fan, I was getting annoyed that so many people want to learn it and I can't teach it to them. And if they wanted to learn it and buy it, Dimitri didn't have it for sale.
Yeah.
So I made an entire riffle fan tutorial in Rise Magic style, very in depth. And I messaged Dimitri and I sent it to him. He's like, wow, that's actually really good. But please don't post it.
Oh, man.
And I was like, why? I heard you didn't care about that stuff. And he's like, well, I thought I wasn't going to do it anymore, but we started making our own deck of cards. So how about I send you that deck of cards and then I'll post a tutorial for it myself. And I was like, you know what? I got to respect that.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted to do kind of like an advertising campaign where he would just post tutorials up until the launch of the deck. So that's one of the ones he wanted to do.
I respect that.
And the thing about the Ripple fan was before he released that tutorial, the move that he had, I think it was on one of the Andre Cheeks DVDs.
Mhm.
Was it? I'm not entirely
No,
sure.
he had a DVD called Monument,
Okay.
and it was a riffle fan, but it wasn't what people do now. It was
Yeah.
like
It was like the Cybele to some of the evolutions of the Cybele that have come out.
yeah,
now.
exactly.
But how did we get started and how we get popular? I want to touch on that a little bit. We started off on Instagram, where kind of we just went to town and just did card tricks for people in our town. Had one of our homies just grab the cell phone, film it, threw it up on the gram.
Shout out to Brendan Burgess.
Team
for,
Sliced.
Team Sliced for
Right.
holding the phone. The first, if you scroll on our Instagram, it's the first videos. They have that little Instacrop logo.
Oh yeah.
I might archive them to be completely honest, because that pisses me off. But I'll let you guys see where we started.
Yeah. So.
Started off on Instagram. Through Instagram, we gained a following just by anyone who did Magic for. We'd ask them to follow us. So we get a few thousand, like 1,000 to 2,000 doing that, and then we tried to make the best, most original content we could, and it ended up getting reposted a lot. We were using hashtags. And then I was able to do a collaboration with Jake Holland, who's like a Vine star at school. And the Vine that me and him made, I posted on Instagram too, but he posted on Vine and shouted us out. And that got us a few thousand followers. So that grew up over time. But
I will say people shared it a lot. Like I had friends in school and college where like they'd be like, "Hey, these kids who I'm babysitting, like one of them had an interest in Magic, and I showed them your videos, and now like it made my job babysitting a lot easier because I can just sit there and like throw on some Rise Magic YouTube or like some Rise Magic Instagram videos, and they just be sitting there like marveling. I'm like, you know this guy? That's so cool. I'm like, that's so weird. It's like, it's
yeah,
just
that's what I want to touch on the question too. Is they said get popular. I don't think we're that popular. Like I get that people are like, wow, like 25, 30,000 followers or subscribers. That's a lot, but we're very small players in the game right now.
Oh yeah.
And we want to make moves to get bigger, but I don't ever want to get an ego that's like, oh,
Yeah.
look at how popular we are. It's only 25,000. There are people who we get dwarfed by other people.
Oh yeah.
Not in physical size. I'm just talking about the size of
Yeah.
our followers.
Oh, yeah.
Say follow base.
Anyone with a bigger follower base can come and try to tussle in
Step
real
up.
life.
Put
Not really.
one-on-one.
We
You
can
can't
play-
guard me.
Step up.
We can play them in Brawl or basketball.
Oh yeah, but the beginnings of YouTube after Instagram, that's a whole different story from their time, and we'll keep that one
Yeah.
on lockdown for a little bit because it is an interesting story on how we specifically got started on YouTube.
Okay, next question. This one's pretty quick. Who has bigger hands?
Let's see. Well, Tyler, can you describe this interaction for our audio-only
Didn't we do that
listeners on
last
iTunes?
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Who's
No, we talked
exactly-
about how big they were.
No, we
Oh,
compared
Not
our
whose
hands
were
last
bigger.
time.
But not officially. This is an actual question.
Okay.
All right, let's
Power
hold
to the
on.
people.
If we did do this before, I
I
apologize.
see you tremble when we touch.
I know Grant's hands are bigger than mine.
My hands are
Yes.
about a half an inch bigger.
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
under.
that's probably about true. Grant,
So-
Chandler's hands are wider, I would say. I'd say that. Yeah.
We were touching hands for a little long there. Felt weird.
It did feel weird.
It's okay.
It's all right. A little clammy. It's okay. This is a little
Sherry's
lighthearted.
hands were actually very dry.
Who is the best character in Peanuts? That's the Charlie Brown
Ooh.
cartoon.
I would say, is it Lucy who pulls the football out?
Yes.
I like bullies, and I'm a fan of bullying people to make them stronger. So I'm a big fan of Lucy and her commitment to the joke to repeatedly bully Charlie Brown.
I don't think you can outdo Snoopy ever.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude is an
Didn't he
icon.
get his own movie?
Dude's an icon.
I will say, that's one thing that people who know us in real life will say about us with our commitment to jokes.
Yeah.
Like that's an icon for us. We can go into more stories about that later, but I will say Charlie Brown. Dude just keeps trucking. No
Dude,
matter what
impression of
comes
life.
his way. The dude is like, honestly looking back at it, that dude is clinically depressed.
Yeah. That's
Like,
completely
He
accurate.
goes to a therapist and Lucy just comes at him for his money.
My man
doesn't
doesn't have
actually-
any hair either. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
hard.
the dude's 7 years old and bald.
That's hard.
It's like a little roast bell. Boy, what is on your head?
It's a single hair. That's
only-
all he's got left, and he's
He
holding
only
on to it.
owns one shirt.
That's the to know.
He speaks a different language from his parents, so that's hard. Home life's got to be difficult because they're probably getting mad you're not doing what they want you to do, but then you don't know what they want you to do.
Yes.
Wah, 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 wah.
Or they just mumble a lot.
Also true. Your best friend is dirty, right?
Yeah.
Pigpen, we know him.
Your
He's-
dog doesn't even care about you. Your
Facts.
dog's better than you.
Your dog has a better life than you, period. Woodstock, another great character. He's the small
Ooh.
bird, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Charles Schultz made him because of the experience
Is
Charles
Franklin's
Schultz had
OG?
at Woodstock. It's
All right.
completely
Overall,
made
though,
up.
Peanuts, very overrated cartoon. Next question.
That is not.
It's a great cartoon.
Wow.
It's boring. Come on.
What's a better cartoon then?
Shoot.
Yeah,
Back
yeah,
in the barnyard.
Tom and Jerry. Ah, gotcha.
Back
Tom
at the
and Jerry.
barnyard.
Okay.
Tom and Jerry
It's like a comic. Because Peanuts started as a comic, right?
Yeah, you're right there. You're right there.
Is it still running even though he's dead? Is he dead?
They don't make new ones. They just play the.
Charles Schultz is dead though, right?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure he caught a body. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's caught his own. I don't think he caught another.
Dude got. Oh wait, big rip to Charles Schultz. Schultz, how do you say it?
Okay,
Let's get a
I
big
am
rip.
ending
Let's
this.
move on real quick.
A big rip.
All right.
Rip.
Not
It's
gonna
like
read
ripping
that.
the
Should I read
YouTube
that one? I
comments.
won't read that one quite yet.
Let's get a magic related one real quick.
Magic related. Okay. I'll find one. I'll find you. Can you guys do a tutorial on how to change $1 bills into $100 bills?
No. Next question.
Yeah,
Sounds
we can't.
good.
That's literally illegal. And if it looks like we are, the trick I performed a few times, and Grant performed too. It's called Profit by Tom Isaacson.
Yeah.
It's, you're not actually changing money. That's very illegal and frowned upon in the United States of America.
Yeah,
Also,
quick
go ahead.
This one girl, she messaged us on Facebook, asking. She said, "I need help. I'm in a bad place." And I said,
How recent is this?
I'd say a few weeks ago.
Oh shoot!
I said, "I need help. I'm in a bad place." And I said, I can't guarantee that we'll really be able to help you much, but what's up? What's going on? What's up?" And he said, "You guys are magicians, right?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Can you turn my?" She said, "Can you turn my $1 bills into $100? Can you just make money for me?" She didn't say turn but she said, "Can you just make some money for me?" And I was like, "No,
Well,
can't really do that."
Yeah.
Hey, tours
Like-
of the National Treasury are free.
I think I told.
Just saying.
Big shout
Don't
out to
flag
Q.
us, please.
One of my assistant basketball coaches in high school, and one of Grant's too, Q Gredick, he thought the profit trick was real and like gave me $1 bills. Like actually gave them. He said, "Hey, do this for me," and I was like, "Q, it's not real, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
not."
I was.
I had to have a serious conversation with him, like, because he was very seriously giving me $1 bills to change into hundreds, and I was like, I can't do it, man. I'm sorry, I can't.
He can't. He did the same thing to me when I was in high school, and I was meaner because I didn't give up the the bet. I'm like, sorry, it's illegal. It's counterfeiting. I can't actually do it very much. Or else the government's already on me for this, man.
I think I told him it was an illusion, like a hallucination, that they just looked like $100 bills for a little bit. Because in the trick, you change it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good trick. I like that one. All right, here we go. Do you plan to make a deck of your own sometime?
Yes. Next
That's
question.
hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had
okay.
some designs. We just need to bring them to fruition.
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
Why did Cinderella's shoe come off if it fits perfectly?
Every
What are
shoe
your
I-
thoughts on this, Tyler?
I'm thinking she probably had bunions. And she had them worked on before she went to the ball, of course, because nobody wants calluses when you're dancing. That's just uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
So then naturally it slipped off. But it probably grew back by the time they were looking around for whose shoe it was.
Bunions grow back that fast.
I think so.
Can I give my 2 cents on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I will say 2 things. It wasn't a shoe. It was a slipper.
Okay.
Slippers slip
I
on
thought it
and
was
off.
a glass slipper.
Exactly. It was a
But
slipper.
slip.
But
That's a
that's
good
what I was
point.
gonna say. Yeah, slippers do
So,
slip.
can
But
I
hey,
finish my point?
You're gonna peek the microphone.
I did. I know.
But
I
I'm
did.
saying a slipper's usually like soft
I
and
literally
malleable.
have not even finished my point.
It's
yet.
soft and malleable. Glass is hard. And continue.
So, could not wait for that. That just completely useless piece of information.
Why would anybody ever watch that?
What do you mean? I have a solid point. By the way, get that pun?
I did.
Oh,
But
Solid point.
if it's a perfect fit,
Oh my God.
something that's a perfect fit, you're still gonna be able to get it on and off. It's a slipper, so it doesn't give much ankle support. You don't need a tie or anything, so it can just
That's
come
true.
right off.
All true.
It fits her shoe perfectly. I mean, it fits her foot perfectly.
There we
sorry.
go.
And I'm the idiot. Next question.
But I think it's completely reasonable that it's a slipper. It slips on and off. That's what's up.
Yeah, by definition. You changed my mind. But I was trying to make the point that since it's hard and not soft, doesn't form to your foot, and that's why it slipped off. That's what I was saying when glass is hard.
Oh, it wouldn't form to your foot properly. That
Yeah,
makes
My
sense.
point was
That's a
I was
good
literally in
point.
the middle of a sentence and when you just interrupted me.
That's what the banter is. What makes the podcast. Like you are actually angry at me right now, and people can sense
No,
that.
I'm
They're
not.
like, you know what? I'm tuned into this.
I'm just saying, like, that is rude. That is very rude.
I told you guys, I like Lucy. I like bullying people.
Okay.
That's a joke. I don't. If you have a bully, message me on Instagram, give me their addy, and I'll say Twitter, do your thing, and I'll show up.
But we just want to talk.
And pop the trunk. Pop the trunk and pull out some Bibles.
We'll be cutting that. What are your thoughts on being able to ride inside Lightning McQueen?
You can't ride inside of him.
Why not?
Actually, you might
He's
be
a
able
car.
to.
But his eyeballs are on the windshield.
First
off. I have a major beef with the Cars films because, I'm sorry, because I'm a car guy. I was subscribed to Car and Driver magazine, Motor Trend, and I almost, as I was a child, always thought of cars as human beings, and but their eyes are the headlights, not the windshield. Do you see what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
And then apparently, in Cars, I'm not trying to make this inappropriate at all, but by definition, in the Cars 1 movie, they're saying that the headlights are your nipples. Because...
Did they say that?
No,
I missed that part.
They're your cheekbones.
Let me explain.
I thought it was a PG rating, but I'm a
explain.
little confused.
Let me explain. When Lightning McQueen won the race at the beginning of the film, there were two groupie cars who came up and they turned on their flashers. And they made the very obvious analogy that it was like they were flashing
him. I think that's more of a play on words.
No, it is a play on words.
I don't think any baby cars are suckling on the teat of their mother at the hood of the car.
But do you get what I'm saying? Where
I think it...
Just from an anatomical standpoint, the exhaust
No,
pipe would
I
make
know,
much
but
more
they're
sense.
explaining it as a... You know what I'm saying, right?
I know what you're saying.
The headlights should be their eyes.
Yes.
Or their nipples. No, they shouldn't be the
But,
nipples.
like,
freckles. No.
If they
have
have...
play on words by Pixar.
Now, I will say, interesting fan theory that has been alluded to be true.
You guys,
This is real.
Wait, can we make the title of this podcast? The specific one is like Cars and Fan Theory.
Yes, exactly.
Cars.
I was actually
in case
told,
you guys don't know.
I was actually told about this, but let's not go there. I was actually told this about my friend Joe Blaze Chick.
Okay. Shout out.
Shout out to Joe. What a dude.
Mm.
Where cars, they were in a real universe with us on the world and humans, and they're just driving around, and they came to the point where they're intelligent enough, based on AI, machine learning, whatever, where they realized they didn't need humans anymore. So he killed them.
What do they do with the bodies?
Build racetracks.
Out of the bodies?
No, they just kind of probably melt them down to fuel or something like
I
that.
thought they dig holes.
With their wheels.
I feel like it's not an efficient way to dig.
They literally have backhoes at our cars.
But those aren't cars, those are backhoes. Are we saying just all machinery as a whole?
Alright, let's move it on.
So then why isn't the radio inside the car saying
Let's keep it moving.
I mean, any vehicle. But anyway, yes.
Alright, I enjoyed this pit stop.
That's
nice
me on
fun,
Instagram.
Chandler. I enjoyed this pit stop, but we're going to keep going.
If you had the option,
Okay.
would you rather
I love would you rather questions.
be pelted to death by pickles or drown in mayonnaise?
I would rather be pelted to death by pickles. The idea of drowning terrifies me.
Yeah.
Like slowly being suffocated. I would always take a physical beating over drowning.
Yeah,
Because-
I can't say I'd agree with you on that one.
I would
Really?
say though, like if you're getting pelted by pickles, there is the natural inclination that you have your opposite. Like eventually I'm gonna lose, of course, but I can try to fight my way out of that.
Exactly.
Like if someone's pelting the pickle at me, they gonna die first. Everyone else might be able to.
I'm going to throw him back.
Would
Exactly.
you float in mayonnaise?
Not you.
No, I'm naturally more buoyant. I'll have you know right now.
Oh my gosh.
Part one.
I'm kidding.
Naturally more buoyant. Goodness gracious.
That's one in each podcast, dude.
I saw the opportunity for the joke and I had to do it.
No, it's a good joke. It's a good joke. But I'm saying drowning from people who have drowned and then not actually drowned. Do you know what I mean? Like they think they're dying.
Yeah.
And then they get resuscitated. Say it's actually kind of a peaceful way to go. That you just accept it. And then you check. Like it's not super painful like getting physically
I don't wanna
beaten to
accept it.
death.
I want to
Fight back, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to go down fighting.
but, okay.
What's the phrase where it says I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees?
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up. No, we're not going there.
Anyway,
Who can do more consecutive push-ups in a minute?
I would say Chandler.
Yeah,
I'm getting
probably.
up there. I'm training, but
The thing is that I've noticed there are people who I not to be cocky or anything, but it's pretty obvious that I'm in better shape than them. You can do more push-ups than me because I don't train like that.
yeah,
You know, it sounds super corny, but I don't train like that.
it's endurance, right?
I never go past in anything I'm doing. I never really go past reps of 12.
Yeah.
But I think if there was a push-up competition, Just set up your competition. If someone be like, I'm not letting that person beat me.
It's not what happened to Doc when that
Yo, remember that story I told you?
16-year-old.
Well, the person who remained nameless, her friend challenged me to a push-up competition on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
So I'm matching this dude, right? I'm
Uh-huh.
matching him, and I'm just watching him, and we're just matching for push-ups. Gets to like 40, he gives way. I start doing clap push-ups. I did 10 clap push-ups and stood back up. One of the douchier things I'd ever done, but like it was also an alpha move.
It was.
Yeah.
I had to show him he was a beta.
Like as soon as he quits, when you start doing the clap.
Oh yeah.
That's just too good.
All right, just had to hang with you for a little bit.
That's not a good one. Do a backflip? Question mark.
Not
Triggered.
really.
Okay.
Triggered. No, maybe we can put the video in for the first time. So, fun fact, guys. I was actually in the running. Not in the running. I was qualified to join the Guinness Book of World Records as the tallest male Homo sapien to ever do a standing backflip. I learned 2 summers ago. It was lots of fun. Really enjoyed myself. And then this past summer, I made a very big mistake while filming a video for YouTube. I was doing the Mako playing cards review. You can see it on YouTube. And you guys have probably seen the video of the backflip a few times. So there's a story. Tyler's little sister, my cousin, and my little sister were helping me film that day. And for the review, I wanted to get the shot perfect. So I had done probably about 19 or 20 successful backflips in a row. And I know you guys haven't backflipped before, but it destroys your core. Your core is so sore. So the video is wrapped, we're done. I landed on like the perfect backflip. I was like, oh, I nailed it. We got the shot. So probably about 15 minutes have passed. So I'm not warmed up anymore. My core is really stiff and I'm sore. And your little sister is like, ooh, he wants to make an Instagram story of me doing a split. We have to bleep out. We'll have to do it. He wants to make an Instagram story of you doing a split, Sarah doing a split, and me doing a backflip in the background. And I had landed so many successful backflips in a row that I didn't even think that I wasn't warmed up. So I just went for it. And you guys can see the video now if you're watching on YouTube. If not, this is what it was like. I jumped up, did the form for the backflip, and if you've ever done a backflip before, you can't see anything when you do it. It's completely blind faith. You jump and then you land on your feet. You can't see anything. So I jumped and I just saw blackness and extreme pain in my shoulder. And I felt my shoulder pop out towards my chest, so I completely dislocated my shoulder. Popped completely out, so it was like in the front of my chest, right up here. And I felt it and I grabbed it with my left hand and pushed it back and then jammed my elbow into the ground and got it back in within like 6 seconds of it being out. And I was like, wow. That was terrifying, and they were both laughing at me.
When you were kids, did you guys fight a lot, or a little, or not at all?
We fought sometimes.
Like any normal siblings.
Yeah.
We shared a room until I was a sophomore in high school.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Oh.
You didn't?
Yeah, until this edition was built.
Yeah, in this house.
I remember when the addition was built, playing Foursquare in the unbuilt garage.
Oh,
because
I
the floor was
that.
concrete. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I also remember having to climb through the window to get in here, and
Oh, wow, I forgot about that.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, we're talking about the addition we built into our family house.
yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
We're back at for a break. We're right now we're in my bedroom because it's break. Well, it's not my bedroom anymore, but we're in this room because it's break from college. I'm home, Grant's home for the holidays, and Tyler's still in high school, so he's always home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there was one specific fight I remember. I don't remember why, but Grant may have taken away my ability to have children. I think I was about 5 years old. I was kicked in the man region. I don't think he did it on purpose, but I also think he did. Well, I'm not sure yet. Tell me right now. When I was 4 years old, did you kick me in the man region on purpose?
Completely purposeful. Yeah.
Wow.
I did
but
not think
I
it was gonna
didn't-
be that blown.
I did not understand like what exactly it was
Right.
because
Well,
I had never had anyone.
That's an actual question. I'm sorry, keep going.
Not that type of burning questions, but
You know, for those listening on the audio only version, Tyler just picked up my water bottle and tried to light it on fire.
yeah.
Sorry.
Can't take him anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue. So you kicked me in the man region on purpose.
Yes, I did. So, but I was a kid. I'd never had that done to me. I'd never done it to anyone else. I'd just seen it on like shows like the Three Stooges and stuff like that. And I was
Great
like,
show.
this is just what you do to people when you're angry at them. So like being the young impressionable child I was, who had seen that on TV on
Kicking
America's
balls.
Funniest Home Videos and Three Stooges and stuff like that was like, 1, this will be A, hilarious. 2, it's what you do when you're mad at someone. And so I just gave him a swift kick right in between his legs.
I was not yet born when this happened.
No, you were not born when
I
that happened.
cried.
Did you?
Yeah, Chandler cried. It was not the 2 things I thought I was gonna be was 1, hilarious. It was not. I was just like, dang, Chandler just really hurt. I did this. This kind of sucks. And 2, it's not what you should do when you're angry at someone. I got punished. My mom was very mad at me. I apologized to Chandler, and I lost GameCube privileges for the next little bit.
Oh,
That's
GameCube
hard.
privileges.
Yeah,
You know, you deserved it.
I did.
Mm.
But I've learned that lesson. I've never kicked someone in the nuts again in my life.
Good for you.
All right, Draymond Green. Shout out to Draymond Green. For
Shout
kicking
out to
people in the
Draymond
nuts.
Green. He should have learned that lesson when he was a kid. He should have had his GameCube taken away.
When I
I'll
was
tell
a
you what,
kid-
if you took away Draymond Green's GameCube, he would stop kicking people in the
Don't
the
think
region.
so.
You don't think so?
Don't think so.
GameCube's pretty sick though.
I think he just really likes kicking people in the nuts.
I don't know.
All right, well let's
We'll
just
see.
move
Next
on.
question, Tyler.
Let's have another one. Oh, we already did that one? That's not a good one. That's also not a good one. Do crabs think fish can fly? Yes. It's pretty straightforward, I think.
I don't know if they'd say, like, they might have a different word for fly, but, like, yeah, essentially.
What would be the other word for fly? Swim?
Yeah.
No, but they all swim.
I'm not getting to this with you.
So, like, okay.
I'm
Grant versus Tyler part 2.
I won't respond to this.
If we can see air, well, we can't see air, but we can see water. Can fish not see water because that is their world?
I mean, it's a different reference frame. Technically, we can see air.
Do fish have the mental capacity to have a reference frame?
I mean, it's not saying you have or not. It's just the way you view reality. So, however limited it
So,
is.
could it change from person to person?
Yeah, you have a completely different reference frame than I do.
Do I?
Right now, you'd say I'm to your left.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
this brings up something that I've always not always want to talk about, but it is crazy that my definition of red could be completely
That is
different from yours,
crazy.
but
Oh,
it doesn't matter because of our reference frames that you're talking about. So if I see blue as red, I'll never know that I'm seeing it wrong because that's how I learned it.
Yeah, and I
No.
think that's why people have different tastes when it comes to like color and stuff like that.
Ooh, like,
What colors they prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What colors they prefer, what colors I think go well together.
Yeah.
And so I think that's totally possible.
That's good. What is your favorite color, Grant?
Favorite color?
Surprised we didn't get asked this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a rough one. There's a lot of colors. I do design
There are a
work.
lot of colors.
I do design work, so I can't really play favorites. But I'd have to say I do enjoy a lighter shade of blue.
Light blue. What about
Ooh.
you?
Really
blue.
stole my vibe there with
Oh,
baby
yeah?
blue. My
You're
eyes.
baby blue too?
Chandler stares at himself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes to start the day.
And I practice my winking. Is there anything wrong with that?
Confidence
No, no,
is
no.
key, guys. Write
I
it
practice
down.
my winking. I do that Superman pose, that powerful pose. Say,
Do like my
today is gonna be a good day.
My old
I'm ready."
6th grade teacher's signature pose and just kind of put your hands underneath the biceps, make them look a little bit bigger.
Shout
and just-
out to Mr. Lake. If you see this,
Say-
please give Grant a detention. Grant deserves a detention. He's been a bad kid.
Take the plank.
Big shout to Mr. Lake. Hey, continue.
I'm just gonna sit like this for the rest of the pod to try to make myself feel
Mr.
better
Lake.
myself.
Dude, wow. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got some basketball questions. Can we move to that real quick?
Oh, we can
Yeah,
do
we can hop on some basketball.
Basketball questions. Will Lonzo Ball pan out? What is his ceiling?
Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, I think he'll be strictly average.
Overrated. All
It's
right.
definitely overrated, but I don't think he'll be a bad player. I think he'll be like slightly above average.
I think he'll be perfectly average.
I hope he'd be.
I'll think he'll give you like 12 points.
Wait, hold up. Hot take. I think he can average a triple double, but not a good one. He'll be 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah.
Because his rebounding will always be over 10 because he's 6'6" and he's a great rebounder. He got nose for
He
the
is-
ball.
he
I'll
is-
give him that.
He's
He's a point guard who doesn't shoot, which means he's passing all the time.
That is true. This
He's
is true.
only scoring points if he has to.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's gonna average 10. He was almost averaging 10 assists as rookie season, which everyone says has been awful. So he's got the 10 assists and 10 rebounds. And if you play in the NBA, you can walk him to 10 points. Please tell me you can.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I see that.
I personally think I could drop 10 points on the NBA court, but that's just me.
Also, he's not the best rookie on his team, so
Yeah,
Very
Kyle
true.
Kuzma dropped 38.
Kyle Kuzma gets buckets,
True.
but Ben Simmons is the best rookie in the NBA. So,
Oh, naturally.
Yeah.
Not-
yeah.
not
no,
a
I'd
question.
say
Not
that.
a question.
But I will say the real story, like the real ball story, is LeVar. I'm not saying that's a meme, but what he's doing right now, like a few weeks ago he announced that he was trying to make a league where
The big
kids
baller
could play.
league, yeah.
Yeah, where kids could play rather than going to college.
Yeah, I think the fact that kids have to go to college before they're allowed to make money, that's not a thing in any other profession.
No, not at all.
It's completely. I think it's like should be illegal that you have to require someone to do a year of something before paying them.
I'm with that too. Because let's be honest, Marvin Bagley would dunk on almost everyone in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid skipped a grade already anyway and just went to college for a year. So,
yeah,
he's supposed to be a senior in high school, but he's already the best player in college.
Alrighty.
Sorry. Anyway, do you trust the process?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, I trust the process.
What is the process for those of our viewers who might not know?
Well, we're from Philadelphia, so trust the process was a term coined by Sam Hinkie and Joel Embiid when referring to the fact that the Sixers had a tank, which means purposely lose games to get better draft picks. And the process would be that the longer you're bad, the better you'll be in the future. But what's super inspirational about trust the process is it can really apply to your life. Like we're going through something tough, but you just keep your head to the grindstone, your nose to the grindstone. You know what I'm saying?
Do not put your head on a grindstone, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
just keep working hard and trust the process of that working hard will, benefit you in the future. That's what it's all about. Hope its phone screen's broken. Next question.
We'll find out
MJ or
in the
LeBron?
next episode.
Is this turned into a basketball podcast?
Low key, but MJ or LeBron?
I feel like people have to understand that, yes, we're magicians. We've done that professionally, and we have a YouTube channel dedicated to cardistry and magic. But just to go down the line, not to brag, but this is just factual. I'm 6'9", you're
6'7",
and you're 6'11". So even if we hated basketball, it was thrust upon us our entire lives.
As a joke before, like people have asked me, like just because yes, I do play basketball. People ask me all the time, like, oh, do you play basketball? Why aren't you in the NBA? I'll just in joking with it and be like, oh no, I don't play basketball. I play curling or something like that.
My favorite to do with that is they ask if you play basketball. You say either I'm a jockey because jockey's just, or it's like no, I play miniature golf.
Yeah.
Or oh, I'm tall. I play basketball. You're short. You must play miniature golf.
Yeah, but
got him.
I've been straight up called a waste of height before.
No,
when I made that joke, someone just said like, well, you're a waste of height. I'm like, well, you're a waste of a human being.
No, that
and just
it is like a smack talk phrase that happens in basketball. Say tall for nothing.
Yeah. BFN, big for nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's when you just start eating kids. So
Yeah. Like some kid said it to me and like, yeah, he didn't make it out of the game.
Yeah, I mean seriously, like basketball has been thrust upon us our entire lives, but it's almost like nurture versus nature, where like I'm fine with it being thrust upon me because I really enjoy it. I'm lucky and I do.
Yeah.
That's why we talk about basketball sometimes. So if you don't, I highly recommend you watch some NBA basketball. But if you don't like that,
that's fine.
Did you see?
That's
that?
fine.
That was so cool.
Tyler is playing with a lighter on what
they were like spark.
What could be an audio only podcast. So to our 50 subscribers on iTunes, I apologize that Tyler does things visually stimulating. It doesn't describe them audibly.
But I will say, funny story.
Oh, go ahead.
Funny story. In 9th grade, my coach Daquan Gibson.
Big shout,
Big shout out to Daquan Gibson. He approached me. He was my good friend's dad at the time, and he just said, "You're on the basketball team." And I said, "Well, I've never played basketball before." He's like, "You're on the basketball team," and he was a very large man. I just like, you know what? Okay, I'm on the basketball team, and I tried out. Was terrible, but I learned and I enjoyed it. So.
No.
There you go.
I can't do basketball. What was the question?
LeBron or MJ?
LeBron.
I'd say LeBron.
Anyone who says MJ has nostalgic fever.
Yeah.
All right. I could make I don't know if you guys know who Nick Wright is. He's a sports guy. He's on TV.
Google him.
But basically,
shout out Nick Wright.
In every offensive and defensive category, statistically, LeBron's better. So I don't even know how you can make the argument that MJ's better.
The argument people make is the championship argument.
Then Bill Russell's the greatest of all time.
There you go.
That's what I would reply to that.
Yeah.
But I actually had this hot take that Shaq is the greatest basketball player of all time because he's the most unguardable basketball player of all time. Where sometimes it's not who has the best career, it's who's the best basketball player. And some people always use the thing like, if the fate of the world was in a basketball player's hands and he had to beat an alien from outer space,
you give it to Shaq.
Who's the best basketball player that you want to win that game for you so you can keep living? I want Shaq because he's an alien.
Yeah.
And I think he averaged in one of the NBA Finals 45 points and 25 rebounds.
Yes.
That's
40,
astronomical.
but yeah, it's out of this world. Most unstoppable player in the history of basketball.
Very true.
And he's a funny guy too.
Hilarious
He has a personality.
guy.
Good for
But
him.
all around and everything, like, I'd say, yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron's definitely the GOAT.
Yeah, he's
But I will say we do live in a very different time than Jordan is. I think it'd be very interesting to see how Jordan react to all the social media criticism that is subject to LeBron.
He was an
every day.
obsessive gambler
He
and
was.
was really not a great person.
He was also a douche canoe. Yeah.
Not a great person.
And what I understand about Jordan is that like he was very concerned about like what people thought of him.
Mm.
And
Oh yeah.
Shout out KD.
that's why when the crying Jordan meme became a meme, he publicly said that he didn't like it, which made people use it more.
Yeah.
And so I think him in social media nowadays would be a very different player.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
And
good.
we'll move off basketball really soon for people who are like, why are they talking about basketball? But for real, people try to make the argument that LeBron couldn't play back then because of the physical nature of the game. LeBron's one of the most physical and imposing humans of all time.
Yeah.
MJ was what? I was bigger than MJ. We're all of us are bigger than MJ. And LeBron is almost my exact height and size.
Yeah.
He would bully these
Nice.
kids. No, Grant.
Humble bragging.
Oh yeah, I guess humble bragging, but at one point I was 235 and he's 240.
Yeah.
I'm 6'9", he's 6'8". So
It's LeBron, yeah. LeBron Kevin McHale trying to guard LeBron James.
yeah, come on.
Okay.
Well, what you can take from this segment, I'm the wet LeBron. Moving on.
All right.
All right, here we go. We're moving back to Magic real quick. This is a specific question from. Yep. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, kid.
Nuggin.
It'll be on screen, but
Yeah.
his name is Nuggin_the_magician.
There you go.
That way you know he's a magician.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a magician?
I mean, it says the magician in his username.
It looks like his profile picture is a hat and a wand.
That's the dead giveaway right there. He's a magician.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
I thought you just like hats and wands.
I mean,
Okay.
I think it's like a 5% chance on 95. I just
That
like,
Let's
he
just-
is
let's
a
just-
magician, or that
Let's
he's not.
answer the question assuming
Okay.
he is a magician.
Yes. Okay. Since I'm an intermediate magician.
Okay.
okay, we got the answer to the question.
All right, there you go. I'd like to ask you what tricks to do.
So, if we had just read the question, we would have known. Since I'm an intermediate magician, he is one. Okay.
Whew. I'd like to ask you what tricks to do on stage since I'm going to do a talent show soon. I am a middle schooler.
Well, first off, big shout out for you
I like
for
it.
having the
Confidence.
the confidence to perform in front of your grade at a talent show. That's scary. I don't think I would have been able to do that.
I would probably
No, I would
defecate.
not have.
Yeah.
defecate on stage.
Yes.
That's-
And for this magic trick, I will have a panic attack in front of 300 of my peers.
So
No,
good for you.
I had no confidence in middle school. So first off, dude, big shout out for being
Yeah.
a confident individual and wanting to
love it.
showcase your talent to your school. You are getting your lighting privileges taken
Dude,
away.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's just annoying audio for our audio listeners or
Is it?
our wonderful YouTube viewers.
Hey guys.
So let's get to the question.
Yeah. So even though I already read it, let's do it again.
No,
what- yeah,
intermediate
okay.
to on
You know
stage
it is.
at the talent show. I think it all depends on what your skill set is. However, lots of the time, at least magicians who follow us are really into close-up magic like us, and you can do close-up magic on stage. You just have to change your storytelling for a little bit.
Yeah. So like, I've seen people just take a projector or something, put it on stage, or bring up people, and like have them choose a card or something like that. But then have the reveal be something big.
Right.
So like, have like the sleight of hand and then whatever you want to do be small, but then make the reveal be big so that everyone in the audience feels included. You do audience interaction. You yourself can run into the audience and do something. All this has to do with creativity, really.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if this is exactly true because it was a while ago, but Matt Franco won America's Got Talent.
He did.
And basically what he did for one of his tricks, which was brilliant, was he did a card trick. And it was the classic hand sandwich trick where, that your card, no? Oh, it changes to your card. But the reveal was this massive, like, mural that said, like, 8 of diamonds. Like, oh, that was my card. And he lit it on fire and it changed it theirs.
Yeah.
But it was, like, the size of a door.
Yeah.
So that's the exact example of a close-up trick that plays big.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I've always thought about doing in an auditorium, though, is if you know the invisible deck, you can randomly select 3 people from the audience and then have another audience seat forced. So you could force a seat number. So let's say you could force seat 827. So 3, 4... What's the matter? What's the matter?
How he cries.
Is Grant crying right now?
Yes.
Did I just get you that emotional?
I did. You did.
So anyway,
No.
you would force 3 cards.
I feel like I need. I know I'm not alone with this.
You are alone with this.
No, I literally know I'm not. But sometimes when I yawn, my eyes will tear up, and Tyler just thinks that's hilarious because his bar for what is funny is down here.
Yeah, man, that was really funny. I'm sorry, keep going. Talking about the invisible deck. Go ahead, man.
No, so you could randomly select people from the audience, the actual random selection, and then you could have those people from the audience pick a card. You force 3 cards, and those 3 cards link to a seat number. So let's say it's seat 217.
Okay.
And then that person in that seat just does the invisible deck.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
That's good.
It's a one small trick that you could purchase off of RiseMagic.com, your own custom-made Talley Ho invisible deck, and a 40-minute instructional DVD created by myself, yours truly, and shout out to Grant for making that Rise logo.
For that featuring Tyler Smith.
Yeah, featuring Tyler Smith.
Put that in there.
I said and Tyler Smith.
No,
I said me and Tyler Smith. Did I not, Grant?
You definitely didn't.
I said me and Tyler Smith. And
You made the arm motions like made by yours truly.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, my bad. I wasn't even trying to do that.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I say I do the trick right where you have the guy pick the card, and it's like the Matt.
I love that one.
No,
Sorry.
but you light the dude on fire. And then the card disappears, and then the dude burn marks are the card. Think about that.
So you're talking about killing someone on stage?
Well, no, just burning badly. Here it goes again.
He's gonna start crying again. He just yawned. Dude, looks like you just watched Marley and Me for the first time. What did you watch? Inside Out? And Bobo the Clown was like, "I'll take her to the moon for me." Dude, you're not flipping my water bottle on the podcast. You delinquent.
Bobo the Clown, whatever his name was, he deserved to die.
No, he did not.
He was
sad.
Creepy.
Dude on Inside Out was creepy.
But you know what? The short with the 2 volcanoes.
Oh, I love it.
That one almost got me, man.
Grant was bawling. Man, I think it was boring and he was yawning.
I was not.
Okay.
That is honestly a struggle in my life. Where we're watching a really boring movie, and I will yawn. People are like, "Are you crying right now during this?" And I'm just like, "Yes,
It's sad.
I'm crying right now."
So I love when you look it up. I need to tell you how sad this is. All my man wants to do is find love. Okay, he's a singing volcano, right? He's singing.
This is so relatable.
But here's what he doesn't know is that the love of his life is behind him the entire time. But he just can't see her because he's a mountain who can't turn around.
Well, a volcano.
But a volcano is a mountain.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. It's so sad, man. And he just keeps sinking in the water until he disappears forever. And he never knew his love was right behind him.
No?
Until he was rebirthed. And then he saw her. And then they made little, mountain babies. And it was cute.
I was going to say, it was a great ending. The ending is what made it emotional, is that they did find each other.
But I was more emotional when I thought that she was going to be behind him the whole time, dude. You know Pixar does crap like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, man.
Crap like Frozen. Most overrated movie
don't even get me started, man.
You know who you are.
Shout out.
All right, here we go. Oh, this is kind of a deep one. All right. Why do you think people enjoy getting fooled?
How about this is our last question of the burning questions, and then we move on.
We'll do this. There's 2 weeks.
It is 8 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll move on.
We'll wrap it up for these two.
Why do people like getting fooled?
I think it's just something they've never seen before. Not necessarily that thing about them getting fooled. Because they don't know they're getting fooled if you're doing, depending on how you're presenting it. You're not going to be like, "Hey, I bet that you won't know how I do this."
Yeah, I think, not to get all philosophical once again, but everyone has been fooled, even if you're a great magician. You get fooled. And I remember the first time Grant showed me Angle Z, and the first time Grant showed me double exposure. I was broken. I did not understand. It's just it's amazement and genuine, your brain's trying to make connections and figure out how it happened, and it's just not happening. There's something enjoyable about that, because life can become so mundane. You throw something up and it falls down. Grant is really sobbing over here.
Dude, I don't know why I'm so tired right now.
I'm not trying to get that deep. So, no, if I drop the water bottle...
I genuinely hate you sometimes.
No, everything works the way it's supposed to, right? And life can be boring, Tyler. If you hit the brake on the car, guess what happens?
You stop.
If you hit the gas, you go forward.
Yes.
So if anything out of the ordinary happens, that's not. If you're telling someone about your day
You
and saying
crash.
out of the ordinary happens, that's becomes the highlight of your day.
Oh, that is
so if something
okay.
completely out of the ordinary happens, like Grant teleports the corner of a car when I first saw that trick, teleports it to my back pocket when I know he was 10 feet away from me the whole time, I'm like, I can't even create a mental picture of how that could be possible. I didn't even have a theory.
Right.
Which is an enjoyable feeling, to just experience something new.
Yeah, very true. I'm down with that.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer.
This
All
will be
right,
the
here we
last
go.
one.
Last one. What are your jobs? And is it good to do magic or cardistry outside of your job?
I mean, I'd say yes. It's good to do it outside of your job because
It's always good to have something to do.
depending on what your job is, you probably shouldn't be doing it inside your job, depending on what it is.
Depends on if you want to have something be your hobby or your job.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if some people, when they message us, like, when we say we're professional magicians, we've performed at gigs with hundreds of people. We've been performing for money for years.
Yeah.
So I think that's what qualifies us as a professional magician, because we've performed professionally.
Professional, not full time.
Right, there's a difference. So I'm in college right now.
Yeah, and I work as a marketing person over at camp up in upstate New York. But and like I could do photo, video, design work, all that type of stuff. And
Grant's
I
job
do
is
too,
basically
so-
graphic design, photography, and videography, which very much lends itself to our hobby
Yeah.
of a YouTube channel.
So I get to kind of do both inside of my work, outside work, and just try to improve. And so.
And
good
for
time.
me, I major in digital media performance, which means I'm technically the goal job would be like a news anchor type thing.
Ooh.
But I don't think that's what I want to be. There was two options I had: performance or video. So one major was sit behind a computer all day and edit, and one was be the person in front of the camera. And I think I can do both because we've had a YouTube channel for so long.
Mhm.
So if I was going to choose one, I already know how to edit videos, so I don't need to take a major for that. And the performance major lets me still learn how to edit videos at a higher rate or better quality, and get that, right performance persona, which I feel like I already have from performing magic, or at least not already have, but have a base in.
Alrighty.
All right, so now, really quick to wrap up this podcast, we'll get into our favorite memes of the week, some stale memes, and then we'll rise up.
There we go. All right, let's get right into it. All right, welcome everyone to Stale Memes, the part of the show where we show you the best stale memes. Now I'll start us off. This one is from a little bit ago, but I haven't gotten a chance to talk about this yet, and I love it. It is when Kobe just got up and left the Lakers game. Went to overtime right after a dude airballed it. Just went, grabbed his family, grabbed his kids, and just was like, we're out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. I've seen some fresh memes off of that. Most recent one being...
He said, "These ain't no dang Lakers. We out of here."
Exactly. And just knowing Kobe Bryant's... I just find it hilarious.
Yeah, it's true though. Like if you want to see this meme, you can always watch it also on YouTube, because we'll have the meme playing or some screenshots of it, or maybe we'll link it in iTunes. I don't know. But Tyler, you got anything?
Well, my meme for the week was it's kind of a trend in general. I think it stems from bike is short for Bikel, or it's just random words being name abbreviations. I can't remember a lot of other examples on the top of my head. That's my bad. But just look that up and you'll appreciate it. There's some good ones out there.
Fed is short.
All right. So mine says.
Wait, I'll give one more.
Bread is short for bread word.
Or bed is short for bedroom or something like that.
Oh, I gotta go in after that. But this one's, you'll see the screenshots on screen. It says, "Shirley did not hold back." And it is a baby crying. And it says, "This little girl's reaction to the new baby's gender is hilarious." And you swipe over, and some mom, some random middle-aged woman with the "I'd like to speak to the manager" haircut comments, "Why would you want another one when the first one turned out like that?" And it shows a picture of the baby. And all babies are cute. It may not be the most flattering angle. She's mid-crying, And it shows Shirley looking like a straight savage with the selfie as her profile picture.
Oh, yeah.
And Shirley did not hold back.
Not at all.
But with your Bikel thing we
Bike
think
is
of,
short for Bikel.
is this tweet I saw where it says the gender neutral guide. And it says, "Fireman, the gender neutral form of a fireman is a firefighter. Policeman, police fighter. Mailman, male fighter. Fisherman, fisher fighter." Oh man, I feel like one of those people. You've seen that meme where it's like me when I send a tweet to someone and receive it and reply like LMFAO.
Yeah.
LMFAO, and you choose their person.
It's just like,
So funny. I am dying right now.
LOL.
Literally dying.
Now, if you guys have any memes, any favorites that you want to send our way, our Twitters will be on screen or in the bio. My Twitter is mgranthenry with a little @ in front of it.
I am at ChandlerMan31 on all social media platforms. What about you, Tyler? You want to shout out your Twitter?
I don't even remember my Twitter.
No one's got
Okay, well, Tyler's Twitter will be on screen. Give him the
Is it My Tater Thoughts? It's My Tater Thoughts. Give it a follow.
Right. Well, guys, as always, what we want to do at the end of the Rise Magic podcast, or maybe just the Rise podcast, since we mix it up a little bit, we want to leave you guys with a little bit of inspiration to send you off with. So we call it Rise Up, so you can get motivated and inspired to have a great week.
Exactly.
Who wants to start?
Already. Ty.
I'm
This
sorry.
is important,
Okay.
so why don't you go first?
Yeah, good idea. So, my Rise Up today, I'm going to hit y'all with some scripture. It's a life verse of mine. It's Romans 5:3-5. And it says, it's I won't say the whole thing. It's a long verse. But it's talking about trials. And the one stands in the verse that sticks with me most. And it says that hope does not put us to shame. Which, as a Christian, gets me hyped for Jesus. Bottom line. Saying that the hope that we have in Jesus Christ will never disappoint us. That's pretty exciting.
Sometimes your hopes can be let down.
But
Not that one.
I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent here, but there's a phrase that reminds me of that says the only thing more powerful than fear is hope.
There you go.
Isn't that from Star Wars?
No, it's actually not.
Is it a new hope?
That's like what did they give us? They gave us
Rebellion.
End of Rogue One.
Yeah.
But yo, my Rise Up little bit of information for you is this great quote I saw. It says, "Courage or bravery is not the absence of fear. Courage and bravery is being absolutely terrified to do something and doing it anyway." So for instance, if there's a bear attacking you, bravery isn't, well, I'm not afraid of the bear, it could kill me. Because you should be afraid of the bear.
Yeah.
Bravery is saying, that thing could kill me, I'm going to go kill it. Help the bear.
Help the bear.
Help the bear.
Bears
For real, if you're afraid to do something,
we don't
most
condone
likely
going out and fighting a bear without the proper training.
fear.
Suck it up, dude.
Fear is always a natural.
Soft.
Fear is natural, and fear is almost always justified. Where even in a small sense, so if you're afraid to go talk in front of your class, you're afraid of what they'll think of you.
Yeah.
But having courage is being afraid of that and still doing it, and being confident is not caring what they think. Shout out.
Alrighty. Now I'm gonna end up with mine. Mine, I have no idea where I saw it from, so I'm not gonna give the proper crediting because I don't have it. But it was a post that was going around. Someone saying, in movies, and anytime people talk about time travel in general, people always worry about what tiny change they could accidentally make when going back in time that will drastically change the future as we know it today. But when we're in this very now, which soon will be the past, we don't ever think about what tiny changes can we make now that will drastically change our future and the way things will be. So I thought that was a cool way to think about it, because just what small things could I be doing that will make my life better in the future.
All right, guys, so you heard it here at the end of the Rise podcast. Be courageous, have hope, and work towards a better future today. We are all signing off.
Grant?
Tyler.
And Chandler Henry, and we will see you next week with another episode of the yet-to-be-named Rise podcast. Put your name, recommendations in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you next week. Hope you enjoyed. By the time this next episode comes out, I will finally have seen The Last Jedi, so I'll be sure to fill it with spoilers.
Touchdown. Fly, Eagles, fly. Good work, boys. Yes. I do that every single game.